On the Kursk plains in 1943, the diesel engines of more than 3,000 German tanks roared like thunder. But suddenly, amidst the sea of smoke and steel, appeared a figure that no one expected. A monster from 80 years in the future. Active defense systems activated, radar swirled, 125mm guns ready to fire. If a T-14 Armata somehow traveled back in time to World War II, what would happen? This is not a story about who's stronger on paper, but the question is, can the world's most modern tank, designed for high-tech warfare, survive the largest tank battle in human history? Possessing radar stealth technology, kinetic energy piercing bullets, composite armor, facing tigers, panthers, T-34s, the things the whole world once feared, the results will be more shocking than you think. T-14 Armata, Russia, 2015. 125mm autoloader, gun technology expanded into smart bullets. Afghanid active protection system blocks rockets and piercing bullets. Composite armor, new generation explosive reactive armor. 360-degree sensor system plus radar similar to 5th generation tanks. Speed 80 to 90 kilometers an hour. Crew sits in a separate armored compartment. The turret is remotely controlled. A monster that World War II had no concept of fighting. World War II tanks. Germany, Soviet Union, 1943. Tiger 1. Extremely powerful 88mm gun, slow turret rotation speed, 100mm front armor. Panther, optimal anti-tank, sharp 75mm gun, high speed but weak side armor. T-34/76, Soviet main battle tank, fast, simple, terrifying in numbers. World War II's strengths. Overwhelming numbers, East-West war environment dense with targets, anti-tank weapons such as Pak-40 anti-tank mines. Weaknesses, no guidance technology, radar or sensors, old armor-piercing shells, range and accuracy far inferior to modern times. Range. The T-14's 125mm gun can penetrate a Tiger or Panther before the enemy even knows where it is. The T-14 can fire at a range of more than 3 kilometers, while the Tiger only detects targets at 1 to 1.5 kilometers. Defensive technology. Pak-40, Panzerfaust, 88mm gun, almost useless against the Afghanit. A system to intercept bullets flying at supersonic speeds. Even the best armor-piercing shells from World War II would have a hard time penetrating the armor of the T-14, unless hit a weak spot in the back or it was stationary. Biggest weakness, fuel and ammunition. The T-14 wasn't built for a battlefield without drones, GPS, or modern supplies. It would run out of ammo quickly, run out of fuel in a few hours, have no qualified repair crew, not understand World War II-era communication maps. Alone in the hell of Kursk equals death, no matter how strong. First shock, the T-14 opened fire. A super high-velocity APS-FDS shell ripped through a Tiger like paper. The German crew broke down, panicked. Something never seen before was devastating the formation. The T-14 wiped out 10 to 20 tanks in minutes. Germans changed tactics. Cannot win with tanks, so Germany calls in 88mm guns, Pak-40, heavy artillery. But Afghanit works like a god. Bullets fly, intercepted. Rockets explode in midair. Encirclement of numbers. Hundreds of German Soviet tanks from many sides press in. The T-14 cannot fire in all directions. It is surrounded by a sea of enemies that keeps coming. Weakness exposed. Out of artillery shells. Machine guns still exist, but thousands of soldiers are surrounding. Sensors are broken by artillery fragments. Fuel drops below 10%. T-14 gradually loses its modern advantage, turns into a lonely metal fortress in the middle of Kursk. Finally, after many hours, crew exhausted, vehicle hit in the ventilation slot, tracks are destroyed, or the crew is forced to abandon the vehicle to survive. The T-14 Armata can crush anything in minutes, but it can't stand alone against an entire era. Modern technology dominates small battles, but total war always belongs to the army that can supply, repair, and numbers. If you were the sole commander of that T-14, what would you do to survive the Battle of Kursk, 1943? Hide, strike first, or try to ally with a faction? Comment below because your answer could change history.